is Cody Dowdell. I'm 22 years old. I'm a student at Modesto Junior College. I'm studying electronics and engineering. So along with this, I studied also computers as well, particularly during the pandemic.
So I understand that you got an A+ certification, correct?
Yes, so there was this awesome program at my school from the Professor Timothy Vaughn, who opened up a college classes that would give us credit along with taking IT certification. So it went all the way from test outs, what was it called? Test outs fundamental IT understanding, all the way up to CompTIA A+, which is kind of like the standard IT certification to kind of get you job ready, where we go online and it was kind of like online textbooks, videos, quizzes, tests, all of these things to get you kind of an online classroom setting that you could work through at your own time, own pace, and that was like our main form of instruction to get us ready for the IT certification.
Did it get you ready?
It did, but it was kind of the macro way how I learned about it. So I learned about all the big techniques, how a computer works, all the different components, troubleshooting, repairing, maintenance, and all the different things that you need for job ready, help desk things, just all those different elements. And then I was able to pair that with a YouTuber, entrepreneur named Professor Messer, and he had these videos that would kind of dig into really smaller things like rainbow tables and all of these different elements, where going through the lab sim, it was hard to find those little answers when you'd be going through those questions. And Professor Messer just helped to kind of fill in those little dots and really just pick up those last things that I needed to be exam ready.
So are these the only two things you use to get ready for your A+?
No, and that was one of the really big things, where for the CompTIA exam and really for being job ready, it required kind of stepping out and really opening up a computer for yourself. Talking to people who are in the IT field, who are working with computers, and kind of, playing around with things. In regards to IT, troubleshooting is really important. So you can read about stuff for years, but until you actually get in front of the computer, get in front of really anything, any type of technology, working with people, talking with people, you really need that hands-on, real-life experience. Otherwise, even if you do get exam ready, you're just not going to be ready for any type of job. So definitely, all of those things paired with hands-on experience of actually going through computers, talking with people, all of that stuff was really helpful.
How long did it take you to get your A+ from the beginning, when you started Test Out and Professor Messer?
At the beginning, there were stages. So the pandemic program was about a year long to get me ready. But I took some extra time to kind of study through, and then, with school and different things, I kind of stepped back. So as a whole thing, it took me 2 years, but that's kind of what makes me really proud about it, is because it was something that I really kind of had to, was something that was independent. It was my choice. There were no professors telling me to do this because my classes, the program was over. It was just something that I just had to continuously study, and that's where Professor Messer really helped to kind of pick up those last things where, okay, this is something that helps me, where I didn't have that regular lecture time, didn't have, someone telling me to do this, and so kind of had to step up. So just over that last kind of, 6 months, over the entire 2-year period of getting ready, was just kind of cranking it out on my own, just really wanting this and finally getting it. In fact, it took me, I think, 2 failed attempts, but still just keep trying. So
you failed the test twice before you got it?
Yes.
Okay, so it happens. About how much, in the 2 years, how much time were you spending either per day or per week or per month? Whatever you want to measure it.
It would vary. I would say it would vary. So sometimes I might not work on it for, say, a month or so, but just be thinking about the ideas. And then when I really start to crank into it, it would be like, an hour or so at least every day. Just try to crank it out. And so that would lead up to maybe 6 hours a week, just over like a 6-month period, just trying to get ready. And so it would kind of go up and down like that until kind of that last 6-month period where it was just trying to work on it, just through that summer, no classes, no working on anything, just going for that CompTIA, just to say, every day, every hour, just putting in, just picking up the little things. Even if it wasn't, a big practice exam, or it wasn't, just a bunch of videos, it wasn't a bunch of reading, but just something just to, okay, let me learn about troubleshooting, let me learn about the format, let me learn about software, something just to pick up, just to make sure that I'd be ready for those exam questions, for the hands-on questions, all those different things.
If you were to start over thinking back, and you were given an hour a day through the week for 10 months, could you do it in that time frame, or would it take more during the day?
10 months?
1 hour a day for 10 months.
Yes. But at the same time, when it came to it, I would need more. Like, if I was going for an hour a day for 10 months, I would say so. But in that last maybe week, 2 weeks, months, I would definitely want to increase it just to make sure that I just know everything I can, so an hour wouldn't cut it. I would feel too, because for me, a lot of people learn different ways, but I definitely need that mixed learning. I need to read, I need to watch videos, and I need to practice the test. Practicing the exam was really the most important thing that I needed to get me ready and to judge where I was. So all of those things would take an hour. Just doing a single practice exam, because the actual exam was like 90 questions, it would take you probably more than an hour just to do a practice exam. So to do the practice exam, go over your answers, fill in those little blanks that you missed, all of those things might just take 2 hours in just one sitting. So I think, yes, over 10 months, I think you could definitely knock it out. But if it was me, I definitely put in like way more hours than that in that last month or so.
And all those practice tests came out of Test Out?
Yes.
So you just used those two programs, pretty much, at least 90% of it.
Yes, because Test Out was really the one where they actually had practice exams designed for CompTIA that would fit the format, the multiple choice questions, fill in the blank questions, that would meet all the different criteria that you needed for CompTIA. In fact, for each CompTIA, because CompTIA is 2 different tests, so you practice for one, then you practice for the other. It would have smaller quizzes, that were larger quizzes, and then Professor Messer would also generate questions, and pairing that with the Test Out gave you a really good preparation for the tests and the question that they would ask.
So someone doing this brand new, do you have any tips or tricks to help them get through Test Out and or Professor Messer more efficiently?
Definitely just regular practice, because it's a lot of things and it's a lot of little things. When you go into the IT field, you're going to hear tons of different acronyms, tons of different definitions of words, like rainbow tables. I still remember that, because that was the thing where in those last 6 months, that was the thing that I didn't know until I knew it. And once I knew it, then I can tell you, oh, it's regards to to password protection and against malware. I can still remember that, but that was because in that last 6 months I had to dig into that. So regular practice, that's the thing that's going to help you to remember those acronyms, going to remember the different terms, because all those things are super important for IT. And once you move past CompTIA, taking your exams, moving into the job, they're not, your employer and your clients and your coworkers, they're not going to explain every different acronym. You're just supposed to know it. So if you don't know it, then you're just not qualified, regardless of whether you have the A+ or not. So it's really important just to get there. It just takes regular practice, going over it every day, like learning a language.
And so you got both A+ certifications.
Yes.
And you're ready to go. Congratulations, Cody. Thank you, and congratulations on your certification for A+.